Okay. Yeah, don't know what was happening there, but fuck it, we're here. Oh wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into a weekday version of Pay for Play. Don't say we don't love y'all, okay? Because trust me, I wanted to sulk for the rest of the week in my room in the darkness, crying, experiencing the full maximum amount of pain. Um, I just wasn't happy this weekend, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. My guy Sam, he boosted me up. He was telling me to be confident. He was telling me to, give me a pep talk. Believe before you achieve. All of that, and fucking fell flat on our faces. So it is what it is. I guess I'll start the show since we're gonna let some people come and join in here. We lost. Ain't no excuse, man. I know a lot of the Georgia fans that I know are sitting here saying they should have reviewed the catch. There was, I think, a pass interference incident or something like that. But I mean, to be honest with you, dog, like we don't turn the ball over on our own fucking 15-yard line. We don't have these problems, okay? Like we were only down 7 when that happened. So it's not as if we were like just, totally out of the game or, we got screwed because of these calls. It's just some shit that happens, all right, people. So we live to fight another day. Um, you know, I don't really know what to say, Sam. Like, do you have any comments on that game? I know we had the space on Saturday night. Thank y'all all that joined, but I mean, I got nothing else, man. I'm heartbroken. So
Yeah, you've made me depressed. You all have made me depressed. Now I have to deal with this bullshit that's going on in the fucking playoffs, and I blame you all. Like,
mm,
we can go back to the beginning of the season. You talked 3 losses. No, I think you said more. I think you said 4 losses for
I
Alabama.
think I said 3. I was being extreme. I'm sorry. I led y'all astray. I said 3 though. I said 3. They're
Yeah.
gonna come in third place. So
See,
obviously I was
what
wrong.
it comes down to for me is Georgia's got to find a way to get some weapons. Like, I know y'all probably recruit really well on the receiving side, and you've had a great run of tight ends here recently, but you missed AD Mitchell, like that kind of receiver on the outside this past weekend, and I don't know why they went away from throwing the ball after the first series because it seemed to be working. Like it just seemed like y'all got in your own way, and then you turned it over, um, like just left it there,
Yeah,
just
for
left it
real.
there for them to take.
Yeah, man. Hold on one second, Sam. They saying your audio is a little muffled. We're gonna add you back real quick. Hold on one second. Let me remove you from the stage. But yeah, man. AD, we miss you, man. We miss you. Please come back. Please come back. All right, try it again. Let me see, Sam.
Sound
Let's
any
see.
better?
Nah, you might have to change up the headphones on me again. I don't
We
know
gotta
if
go
those
back
are.
to the poverty strings.
Yeah, man. Sometimes oh reliable is what you need. Just like you said, AD Mitchell. That's what we needed, man. Like, I don't, I don't understand. I don't get it. There we go. Now you're way better. There we go.
Sound better?
Yeah, way better. There we go. All right, now we're good. All right, now we can continue. But yeah, you were saying, man, like AD Mitchell is. I don't know why I'm talking in my British accent. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
just
y'all are
watching.
just missing the receivers on the outside to hang with this team. In my opinion, y'all just kind of got in your own way down the stretch. Waited too long to be aggressive on the offensive side of the ball again. You started off really aggressive, then just kind of thought you would walk all over them. I don't know why you would do that. Like you have an opportunity to put the nail in the coffin, like of this empire, and you just let them scratch and claw their way back. Um, but yeah, it was a disappointing game. Nobody wanted to see Alabama win. I don't give a fuck what any of the Alabama fans say. Nobody wanted to see you all win. Um, Georgia's a much better, much more appealing empire, in my opinion, than Alabama, and you just let it right back in it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I what I take from the game is this. I mean, I'd said in the show on Saturday morning that turnovers are going to be the key to this game, and like I said earlier, we turned the ball over, basically in their own red zone. They were bound to score. Also, I think if I'm gonna complain about any penalty, I'll complain about the horse collar, which you could clearly see he got grabbed by his shoulders. I mean, I just don't get that. I really don't.
Believe me, Bubba, we are aligned in these horse collars that go against our teams against Alabama. Like, then don't call the one where this guy literally grabs Jaden by the back of his shoulder pads and swings him, like does a fucking do do with him and throws him down. Like, that doesn't get called. But you grab a guy by his shoulder pads on the front, like right here, and
Hmm.
that turns into a horse collar. Like, you gotta play the 12th man when you play Alabama, and you saw they're like pretty much paralleled. Like, your quarterback did get knocked out. Good for you all. You prevented any cheap shots from Dallas Turner, but a clear play that should have been reviewed that just wasn't for whatever reason. With the catch, like, if you're gonna review the one that Georgia had, why aren't you doing it for Alabama? And then horse collars, like, out of nowhere, that aren't horse collars.
Yeah, yeah. And again, like I don't love to complain about the refs. I think that again, we had every opportunity to win that game, even still with everything that we went through. But it's just the fact that you have to have a team that makes the least mistakes. And look, I'll give credit to them as well. Look, bro, I think first of all, I think that their team probably played the best game that they played all year. Like that was easily the best game that they've played all year, in my opinion. Um, Caleb Downs is a dog. He is going to be a problem for the next 2 years. The fact that he's a freshman, and look, I get that Kool-Aid is gonna go out and declare. I think we just looked at Tankathon earlier in the day on a Twitter space, and they have him going, I think, to the Raiders, like top 12, which is fucking nuts to me because he's kind of overrated, even though we got knocked out the game. Didn't like to see that. But I just don't see how he's the guy on this team. Maybe it's because of seniority, I guess, but Caleb Downs is a monster. Even Terrion Arnold is a monster as well. The linebacker showed up as well this week, which was a little bit surprising. And at the end of the day, we just didn't have enough. But my thing was, everybody's tried to use, especially Ohio State fans has had, and Bama fans for that matter, try to use injury for the last 2 years and why they didn't beat us. But I don't want to use injury. I just want to say if a guy is injured, why the hell are we putting him on the field still? That's my question. Like as you saw, Lad could barely walk, dog. Like the whole majority of the game, he could barely walk. And the fact that he just kept getting put on out there, I think it hindered us. I mean, I know you want the kid to go out on his sword on his last hurrah, but like if he can't move, bro, he's a liability. And Dylan Bell has been the X factor of the last 3 weeks. So maybe give him a shot. He had one target, I think, all night. So I mean, it's just puzzling to me.
Just
It's
got in your
puzzling.
own way. That's what it boils down to. Like, coaching
Yeah,
staff just
exactly.
got to, like, just tried to do the same shit, and it's just not going to work. So
Yeah, and Kirby has to get out of the galaxy brain, and Bobo too, in these big moments. So Just just do your jam job, okay? Do it like it's every other game, all right? You're not supposed to get nervous. The kids may be supposed to get nervous. You're not supposed to get nervous. You're supposed to know these moments are going to come up when you're playing Bama. But it is what it is. We'll stop our crying. We'll go ahead and get on to our reviews of the college football rankings, the Final Four.
No, this is
And
where the crime begins, my friend.
bro. All right. So one is Michigan, two is Washington, three is who Texas, and then four is going to be obviously the Tide. Um, my initial reaction was kind of expected that the Tide was going to get in after the win. I mean, that's just what it was. Um, and I also did kind of agree that FSU got screwed a little bit, but then I started to look at it, and I know people are going to kill me. I don't think screwed is the right word. Okay. Were they deserving because they were a Power Five undefeated? Yeah, they probably were deserving. But screwed with the best win coming against you guys in week one, and then the rest of that schedule is just very eh. And if you're actually watching the games, you had a struggle against Boston College. You had a struggle against Miami. Yes, it's a rivalry game, but still had a struggle against them. You had a struggle against Florida. Yes, you had a backup quarterback, but you still struggled, and you're going to have that same backup quarterback in the final. I know he was out this past weekend, but he was going to be probably out of protocol by the time the game is played. And then you also have, another battle. Who else did they play a close game with that I'm forgetting about?
Clemson.
Um, Clemson at the crib, or well, in Death Valley. I guess you get the credit for winning in Death Valley in overtime, even though we saw Clemson this year. So I don't think screwed is the right word, bro. If you have
I
the
think
50,
it is. It's no. I'm not gonna let you do this. This might be where we have our biggest difference of opinion. It doesn't fucking matter. You play to win the games. You win every game. You should be in the playoff. It doesn't matter. You go through. You win your Power Five championship. You should be in. You want to you do we want to move the goalposts on how Florida State played against certain teams? How about 17-3 against fucking South Florida? How about 24-21 against Arkansas? How about losing at home by double digits to Texas? How about a fucking miracle in Jordan Hare to win? It doesn't matter. Like, we can play this game, and everyone's gonna pick. Like, the committee has pick and chose how they want to move the goalposts. Like, if you're gonna demote Florida State because they don't have their quarterback, why is Georgia behind them? You honestly are gonna tell me that Georgia's a worse team than Florida State? So you only want to move it to get one team in? It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. If you're gonna demote them for doing it, do it as you want to. Don't just do it because you want to get one team in and you didn't want to justify Florida State going in. It's a bunch of
yeah,
bullshit and it pisses me off. Why
yeah,
are we playing the games? Why?
I feel you. I feel you. And I may play devil's advocate here a little bit because a lot of people, and obviously Sam is, talking about Bama, they've had some sketchiness going on during the middle the beginning of the season with the quarterback controversy, which kind of makes me think, I mean, Texas, are we all the way comfortable with them being at three? I mean, yes, they own the head to head. That's why they're at three. We get that. But I mean, you did have a quarterback controversy in week two. Like, Jalen got benched directly after that game, and they thought that Tyler Buckner was going to be better in that
That's just
position
poor
than Jalen.
coaching. They didn't have them ready. They weren't fucking using them correctly. Like, why did it take half a season whenever you have all off season to figure out that this dude can barely figure out where the line of scrimmage is to throw the football? Are you shitting me? Like, run him. He is a tank in the open field. Why weren't we doing this until 6 weeks into the season?
I
I
don't
don't want
know.
to hear about the quarterback controversy because it's a bunch of bullshit. Like, this team is still this team. Like, yes, this team can grow over the year, but you should be
Mhm.
penalized for losing the games that you schedule. If you want to just, if you like, why are we playing the games at all? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I think what they did is they value that conference championship. That's what they do. And as the SEC.
What
This
about the
is where
resiliency for Florida State to go with their third string quarterback in a mucky environment, put on a lights
Mhm.
out defensive performance, and win the game still? They had to go into the swamp. Like, I'm not saying Florida's world beaters this year, but they still had to go into the swamp with a second string quarterback and go win the game. And they did by
Mhm.
double digits. And guess what? TCU couldn't even finish last year whenever they had
Mhm.
everyone at full strength. They couldn't finish, and the committee still rewarded them. And guess what? TCU was a fucking underdog against Michigan. Guess what? They went and beat them. If we're just going
Mhm.
to make this about point spreads and who would be favored on a neutral field over who, and like if that's going to come into arguments, why are we playing the game? Because apparently no favorite has ever lost a game before.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets into my main point about this. We saw clearly and more evidently after these rankings, this is a TV show, y'all. Okay. And Bomani Jones said this on his podcast, and I think he made a great point. There had in the history of college football, there's been never a great way to determine who is the champion. You know, in the BCS era, we had problems with that. It was a computer module. We thought maybe humans can do better jobs than computers. So we introduced this tournament that we have now. And now I fully understand that, you know, putting a committee of people who you feel like is qualified to judge these things may sound like a good idea, but the criteria just being a roller coaster and it depending on, you know, how you feel that day when you wake up, I think is the real issue. And at the end of the day, it's a TV show. This, I don't think is, and I hate to sound like a crybaby to judge the legitimacy of the tournament when, you know, I just benefited from it from the last 2 years. But I think we proved during the year that we were the best team in the country for those last 2 years. But at the end of the day, this is just a tournament of the best four teams, bro. This ain't really like
But
a
it's not the best
champion.
four teams.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
three.
just a
It's three
tournament.
deserving teams, and then whoever you want. It's just, and then you change up the criteria to make it the best team that gets in. Who's the better team? Like, why are we not? If you're gonna make it the best four teams, make it the best fucking four teams and work off point spreads. Like, why are we
Yeah.
playing the game? I'm fucking fired up. I'm losing my shit right now. Like, it's got me going. This is the first time I've been able to like actually get into it because like the only time has been at work, and I'm not trying to get into this kind of debate at the
Yeah,
fucking
nah,
water cooler. So
nah.
like, why are we playing the games? Like, if you want to do it based on the point spread, do it based on the point spread. If you want to do
Yeah.
it based on who went through the gauntlet of a SEC or who went through the gauntlet of a full ACC season, played two SEC schools away from home, like did everything they could to schedule tough, like run their gauntlet, and they did it. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
if they like. So you're telling me if Jalen Milroe got injured in bowl practice, we're just gonna like Alabama's not deserving anymore, right?
Yeah. Look, that's what I'm saying, bro. And that's why I said it's a TV show, man. All three of these games are a TV show. So we saw that this year. This is probably one of the more controversial years that we had. But I mean, and I feel him, Chuck. I do. Like, I really do. It's more evident this year that this was a TV show. In the past years, we've had, I guess, less parity, so we can kind of clearly see who the best four teams are. But when they're all bunched together like this, when you have a lot of undefeateds and you have a lot of one-loss teams who have dominated in other areas of their schedule, they're gonna think about ratings, man. So let this
And
be the
that's
precedent.
exactly why I'm so mad, because this is this is exactly what like everyone everyone for a long time, like, college football has the best regular season. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, every week matters. Bullshit. Like, you can't go there. You can't say that and then have a team win every single game, win a Power Five conference, and then they don't get in.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
13 games for fucking nothing. And then,
Mm-hmm.
like, in the space on Saturday night, the entire debate was Texas should be, or Alabama should get in over Texas. Why the, like, again, why are we playing the games if the head to head does not matter? I don't give a shit when it took place. Why
Brand.
are we playing the games?
Brand. I'm telling you, brand. It's what it is. Like you see, and I look, bro. I'll never sit here and discount Nick Saban. I've lost to him way too many times in order to do that. I just have. But at the end of the day, we have to be fair, man. We have to, if it's going to be the best, as Boo Corrigan said, let it be the best, bro. And if even, and I'll get on my spiel on why I think, hey, maybe we should have got in there. I get we're not a conference champion. I get it. Okay. But a 3-point loss on a neutral field, I mean, come on,
To
man.
literally the most talented team in the history of college football. Fuck everybody
Come
else
on.
for saying like
Come
this Alabama underdog story. They are literally the most talented team in the history of the blue chip rating.
on.
Literally.
Facts. That's facts. But they lost the game week 2, and we didn't. Now I get it. We didn't play as tough as a schedule as them. I understand, but when we did play top 10 teams, we blew them out the fucking water. So I don't. Again, man, this is gonna set the precedent for the years coming with this 12 team shit.
But
Like
is it?
I think it is
Because
because
the
now,
criteria clearly fucking moves every single year. It is the most infuriating thing about this committee, and you got to get somebody who at least played ball in the room
yeah. I look. I
or
told you
watches it regularly.
I told you
God
in
damn it.
probably week 2 or week 3 of the rankings, bro. I don't think they're watching the games, bro. These people are leaders in their industries. They're very busy people outside of the job that they have to do for college football. I don't think they be watching the games, bro. I'm be honest. I don't think they be watching the games like that. I'm just be real with you. Like I don't see how you could be with some of the decisions you were made. And I think this is the precedent. That's why I said this is going to be the precedent going forward, because now we're going to have to do this with potentially 3 lost teams, potentially 2 lost teams that are going to be in the 13, 14, 15, 16 range. And now it's going to be like, okay, well, you know, how do we decipher which team is better than which? I mean, what if a Tulane is in there? And Tulane plays the schedule that they play. Obviously, they played Ole Miss this year, so it wasn't like just a total cupcake. But what if they get in over maybe a 2-loss ACC or
Get
SEC school that, like, what are we gonna do? Like, that's
that's
what I'm saying. These debates aren't
that's
ever
my
gonna end.
next that's my next point of emphasis. Get Make the 4 teams who win their or who win their conference, give them a bye.
Mm-hmm.
That should be your reward for going and winning a conference championship. You get a bye
Mm-hmm.
into the quarterfinals. But get
Mm-hmm.
the fuck out of here with 5 automatic like conference champions. Like there's 4 power conferences after this year.
Mm-hmm.
The group of 5 is never going to win ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. They're never going to win. So why are we including them? Why are we giving a participation trophy when you're telling me that like uh, Oregon, because they lost twice
Yeah.
to Washington, like they wouldn't get in over
Mm-hmm.
a 2 loss or a 1 loss Tulane team who wins the
Mm-hmm.
AAC? Like get the
Mm-hmm.
fucking stop it.
Yeah. And I'm just telling you, that's what it's going to be next year, and that's why I wanted. If there was going to be expansion, it should be 6, bro. It should be 6. Let 1 and 2 get the bye, then let 3 through 6 play each other. 1 get the lowest seed, 2 get the highest, and we figure it out from there. But this is what's going to happen. So if y'all think the debates were heated this year, wait till next year. Trust me, it is going to be way worse. It's going to be way more teams. And maybe the value of getting the top 2 seeds might not be as big as it is this year, obviously, since there's only 4. But I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be bad. I see it. I see it already. And we're going to have to hold the committee accountable for their criteria. Maybe the NCAA changes up, how they do it again. I don't know, man, but I'm just I don't get it. I
Well,
don't do it.
just schedule tough and lose the game because apparently that matters more than scheduling tough and actually winning the fucking game that you play.
Yeah, and then if you make it right at the end, you can get in. You can jump 4 spots, and then the loser can drop 5 spots. How about that? But anyway, uh, enough from us. We're gonna and this is supposed to be a quick little show that we haven't. So we're gonna go to our award predictions. We'll start off with the position specific awards first. We'll go with the Balintikoff Award. We have Marvin Harrison Jr., we have Malik Neighbors, and then we have Washington's Rome Odunze. Hopefully, I didn't botch his name. I don't know how to say his name. I don't know, but obviously, I know who you want to win, but who do you think is going to win the Balintikoff Award?
Marvin.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
He doesn't deserve it.
I don't think he does either.
Doesn't.
I'm gonna be real with you. And when I say that, and I think we can both agree with this, I don't think it's his fault that he doesn't deserve it. If you watch the quarterback play that they've had all year, I don't think that's
No.
his fault at all. I think it's more of he didn't have. I mean, look, you see what CJ Stroud doing in the NFL right now. You see, you know how just having a good quarterback is important. And
See Malik Neighbors.
yeah, exactly. With Jaden, like you see it. So to be honest with you, bro, I don't think Marv deserves it. I think he's probably gonna win it off of name recognition. But
Yes, the perfect analogy I have for it is I'll go back to 2019. LSU kind of swept the awards that year, and I think one of them was the Thorpe. Um,
mhm,
Grant Delpit did not deserve to win the Thorpe. He wasn't even the best defensive back on his team, let alone
mhm.
in college football. But the year
Yeah,
before, he should have won because he played lights out and balled out. Like he was one of the best DBs in the country the year before, but didn't even get recognized. But then he had all offseason of hype and build up. He got the 7, and he has an okay year. He didn't do much really to like stand out, but he won it over
mhm.
Okuda, who played at Ohio State. That guy should have won, and if anything, Stingley should have won because if you're giving it to the best DB in the country, you should give it to the guy who's the best DB in that room, and that was
Yeah.
Stingley. So
Mhm.
it's 100%. I think these awards, a lot of them, especially like kind of the niche positions. Like I mean, I know wide receiver is a big time position, but
Yeah.
these awards are kind of determined. It feels like the offseason before, and then whoever has some good stats to kind of make their way up the list gets in as a finalist, and like you get to go to the red carpet and everything. But no, I mean this was decided like week 1 that Marvin Harrison Jr. was winning the Blitnikoff. If Malik Neighbors wins it, I'll be stunned.
I think he deserves it, to be honest with you. I mean, him or Rome, I think, have easily had better seasons. Like if you're watching the game again, if you're watching the games, which I'm getting a lot of the fact that the people who are deciding not only the college football playoff selections, but the awards, if you're watching the game, it's not hard to see, man. I mean, these guys, both Malik and Brian, are breaking Jamar Chase and Jetta's records, bro. Like, I
Oh
Cornwall, shut up.
God.
Anyway, yeah, I'm taking that comment off. Anyway, he's ridiculous. So, but I mean, still, bro, it's gonna be interesting to see who wins this one. I think it should be between Malik or Rome. I think
I
maybe
mean,
if you look at
Rome had an extra game, and he's still not even like he's still 100 yards back of Neighbors.
yeah, exactly. But again, are they going to take into the fact that Malik only played 12 games this year? You know what I'm saying? Probably they are. I mean, yeah, y'all obviously will play in a bowl game, but still, like, probably gonna do that. And is that fair? I don't think it's fair, but I mean, stats don't matter apparently, so it is what it is. But yeah, we both have Marv winning that. I think it's pretty clear. Now let's go to I'll go to Doak Walker first because I want to save the quarterback and the Heisman obviously for last. we have Ollie Gordon of Oklahoma State, who is a monster this year. Shout out to him. Omarion Hampton from North Carolina, 1,400 rushing yards this season. Ollie Gordon, let's see how many he had. 250 scrimmage yards in 3 weeks. So that was pretty big. Great accomplishment. But I think the winner is the brother I'm about to name, and Chuck will agree with me. It's Cody Schrader, bro. First team All SEC as a walk on. I think he had probably 3 games this year where he was easily the best player on the field on a field full of 5 stars, including on his own team. Luther, he might not be ranked as a 5 star, but that boy a 5 star talent. And I don't think it's close, bro. I think it's
Shouldn't
Cody
be.
by a landslide. Cody
Yeah.
was the only unanimous player to be voted to any All SEC team, by the way, first or
Wrong.
second. Only
Wrong.
player.
Wrong.
Who Malik was? Oh, Jaden.
Jaden and Malik were.
Oh, Jaden and Malik. Okay, there we go. But Cody, if we're talking about a running back position, there's no peers. I mean, we had big expectations. I think when we had our pre-season show about Quashawn, but he didn't really show up like we thought he was. And Cody was easily the best back of the year. So how are you feeling? You agree? Is Cody?
No, 100%. He's been the best running back. I mean, he's been probably one of the more important players in the country. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, what game was it? I think it was the Florida game where he had, like, first half had like 100 rushing, 100 receiving. He deserved
Mm-hmm.
to be in Heisman conversation more than Marvin Harrison Jr. does. Nobody wants to have that conversation, but
I
yeah,
agree.
Cody here, he knocked it out of the park. I think honestly, in the LSU game, they got a little too cute. They should have just kept feeding him the ball. Like LSU could not stop
Mm-hmm.
it, and for whatever reason, they stopped giving him the ball. It seemed like every time he touched it, he scored. But yeah, he's been by far and away the best running back. And to say that in the SEC, I know they've been a little bit like running back position's been a little bit down this year. SEC as a whole was down this year, but
Yeah.
in terms of best running back in college football, I know Ollie Gordon kind of carried Oregon or Oklahoma State for a good stretch there. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Cody Schrader, what he did this year, it's hard to top. I think 100%. Like his story too, kind of I think helps him.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, for
that
sure.
like I think he's one of the best stories in college football this year, and they should 100% reward him for the year he had.
I mean, second in the nation, not in the SEC, in the nation in rushing yards. He had 1489, 13 touchdowns, 7 out of 12 games with 100 yards rushing. I don't think I there's no competition. Like he's winning it. That's what it is. So we can move on. We'll go to the good old Davy O'Brien Award, which again I think it's pretty clear too, but some people may argue. We have Jaden Daniels of the LSU Tigers. We have Bowberry Biscuit of the Oregon Ducks, and we have Michael Penix Jr. as the finalist for this year. Obviously, I'm going with your guy. Um, I'll let you talk, bro. There's nothing
Yeah.
really to be said, like at all.
The only thing that worries me about this is I know they like sometimes they try to throw in like a different Maxwell winner, different than the Heisman. Like it makes no sense. Like they're essentially the same award. Why are we if one
It's
wins
weird.
if one is winning the Heisman, why would another person win the
Yeah.
Maxwell? Yeah, what Jaden's done this year, it's incredible. Like I've said it before on the show, I believe the offense this year was better than 2019. Just
Yeah.
facts. It was. The team wasn't, the offense was. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what he's done, he's hung.
I don't think it's a competition.
Yeah,
Um,
and it was very annoying dealing with the Oregon fans for the last 2 weeks of the season, and then to see them get put in their place, like it's like they had never seen Bo in a big game before. Like they just didn't watch the Auburn film. But yeah, Bo when the lights shine the brightest. Still can't believe Corn bet -9. Like the
Tried to tell
freest
him.
money in the history of the world.
Tried to tell
We
him.
all
I
tried to
tried to
tell him.
tell him. I
We
tried to
all
tell
tried to tell him.
him. I tried to tell him. Look at him
Yeah.
right there, y'all. I tried to tell him. I tried to tell him this guy. Look, pre-snap, he looked like Tom Brady. That's mainly because he's been in college for 5 years. But post-snap, same guy.
As
Same
long
guy.
as no, he looks like Tom Brady as long as it's within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But yeah, what Jaden's done, incredible. It was very fun watching the odds go from like for whatever reason Jaden was plus money going into that game. Like you could have still gotten Jaden Daniels at plus money to win the Heisman
Mhm.
before that.
And
But
now it's like
I've been
minus.
holding a plus 700 ticket since right after the Florida game.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's gonna be juicy on Saturday. We're gonna go get a nice dinner
there we
with
go.
those
There we
winnings.
go.
So yeah, it's it would be the biggest crime because if you look at the list of guys who have had 50 touchdowns in a season in college football, every single one of them's a Heisman winner. Tebow, Cam, Joe, Bryce, like all of them are Heisman Trophy winners. If you don't give them the Heisman, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, I would call it travesty. So all three of those quarterbacks that I just named, Bo, Jaden, and Michael Penix, are finalists for the Heisman. The only one that I did not mention who's a finalist for the Heisman is Marvin Harrison Jr. Don't I mean, did they want to give Marv a free trip to New York, or did they like? I'm not really sure.
Why
Do
is it?
they?
Why is
Is
there
it?
four?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is that a new requirement to send four people? Like,
I
I'm
mean,
I'm
I
not
know they
sure.
sent 3 to 5 in the past, but like I think they've stopped sending 5 for sure.
Hmm.
But why is this guy with fucking 1,200 yards receiving and like 12 touchdowns in New York? Why?
Maybe they wanted them to go see New York, man. I don't know. They really want this guy to be drafted
His
high.
dad is
He's already
fucking
gonna.
Marvin Harrison. What are we talking about? He's probably been anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, and he's going top two in the draft. Like the Cardinals, as of today, have the second pick in the draft, so he's going number two. So I
He
don't.
should.
Yeah, no, he's
He's an
he's a
incredible.
hella talented.
He's an incredible prospect. But is he in college football this year? No, he's not.
No, no, and I'm telling you, like I don't think it's his fault. Let me reiterate to y'all. Me and Sam don't think it's his fault. The guy who literally just transferred out and who is gonna turn up
Mm.
James Madison this year, okay, or in this next year coming up, he's gonna turn up UConn. He's gonna turn up maybe New Mexico State next year. Like it's his fault. Blame him. Okay, that's the only reason.
Nah, that was
Um,
his high school quarterback. So
come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anyway, so yeah, Marv is just going to. This is what really got me. I don't know if this was Fox or if this was ESPN that put up the graphic of Bo being in the Heisman talks because of completion percentage. Um,
I think that was Oregon's Twitter account.
oh, okay, got you.
He
74% of his passes.
Oh no, that was during the game. Yeah, that
Yeah, that's
was
what I was about to say. I thought that was a Fox graphic or something like that.
that was during the Oregon State game. I remember that they had like all the yards and touchdowns, and then they had Bo's completion percentage and touchdown because
Hello,
was the only way.
IRS. Can you please audit the books over there in Eugene, Oregon, to see if there's maybe a payment or there's something that came from Fox to get that graphic put up? Can you please check on that? Because what? Come on, bro. Completion percentage. Who have we done that with? Like I don't get it. There is a quarterback that's a trick of the draft every single year. We had it with Will Levis last year. It's going to be Bo this year. Somebody is going to be very disappointed. And Bo, I'm sure, is a great guy, but he's not good. Okay? He's not good at all. So I don't get why he was just touted as this savior when mostly it was the receivers and the skill players getting yak and him just making easy throws. Like we saw it in that game on Friday, did we not?
We did, but at the same time, I've seen some mocks with him going to like the Vikings. I don't hate that fit.
I would rather take the chance on Penix, bro. I know the injuries, but I would rather take the chance on a guy who you saw with NFL level receivers. You're about to put him with two more NFL level receivers in Addison and Jettis. Like, I would just take the risk with that. I don't know why we would sit around and like do that with Bo. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Look,
But
I'm trying to get Jets. Come home, baby.
oh, oh God,
We're pushing them out.
guy. This guy's crazy, man. This guy's crazy. They do have y'all mocked Tankathon to get Rome though, which would be good.
Bowers,
You don't
baby.
like Rome?
Tank for Bowers.
Oh God. And they got the Jets taking him, and if the Jets take him, we're all gonna laugh. We're all gonna have a good laugh. But oh my goodness. All right. See, this is why I'm about to post this comment, and this is why this guy has a problem. This is why this guy has a problem. Anytime, and I just want everybody who's watching, either on Twitter or on
Let's
YouTube,
go, Chuck.
this man that made this comment made a list of 100 players in NBA history better than LeBron James. 100.
He's
that
the
included
best. He's
that
the
included
GOAT.
Tiny Archibald. He has Tiny Archibald as better than LeBron James.
Dude,
So
Chuck's the GOAT.
please,
He's untouchable as a troll. He's
I just
untouchable.
I
And
taking that
I
comment.
love him for it because I'm not a LeBron person. But yeah, Chuck, bravo, man.
At least die with the bit, man. He's dying with the bit. I don't. This guy is he's I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Yeah, Corn. He's insane. Anyway, we've been here for too damn long. Pay for play. Thank you guys for watching. No show until about New Year's, so we'll have a couple of weeks off. We will miss y'all, okay? But get us
Transfer
to 1K
portal
followers.
season, baby.
Oh yeah, we'll be tweeting. Me and Sam got the link to the Twitter now, so we're gonna be tweeting the little eyeball emojis in case I like the transfer portal announcements, but I more like the transfer portal like, okay, this is where I'm going. Then we can start pontificating and doing all that crazy stuff. So we'll be on the Twitter account. Please follow us at Pay for Play. Subscribe to our YouTube if you're on it right now. If you are watching on Twitter, please click the link that we have in the tweet in order to subscribe, and you will get the chance to be entered in a drawing for a $100 gift card. Maybe we can get there before Christmas, maybe not. Maybe we'll wait over until next season. We'll see. I'll give you the $100 gift card regardless, baby. Okay, it don't matter. So follow us, please, please, please. We'll have a couple of weeks off. Again, we want to thank y'all. Me and Sam put a lot into this show, even though we wake up hungover sometimes. Don't tell anybody though.
It's a Saturday morning. What do they want from us?
Yeah, come on, man. It was Friday, fucking 9 to 5, capitalism, all of that.
We're there
So
with we're there with the people. They're hungover too. So
yes, exactly. Like y'all have one eye open with the covers over your head, just plainly listening. Okay, I know some of y'all. So we really appreciate y'all. We love this shit. So we really, really, really are excited to get through bowl season. We hate that it's over so quickly, but we will be back at y'all coming up here soon in a couple of weeks. And yeah, like I said, be sure to follow Sam, follow me, follow Pay for Play, like the video, subscribe, and we'll holla at y'all later, man. Peace.